What's up everyone? In this video, I've got some Panasonic GH5 video ideas to help pass the time, ways to keep that GH5 dial turned on, some simple ways to improve our GH5 skills during this historic time. If you're new here, my name is Caleb and I'm a GH5 shooter and I've been doing freelance video production since 2012, and this channel is to help you make your own videos, whether you just started or you've been doing it for a while, whether you use a GH5 or any other camera. If that's something you're interested in, it would be awesome if you hit that subscribe button. What a crazy time we're living in right now. At the time of shooting this video, there's a pandemic sweeping across the globe. We're quarantined and we're practicing this thing called social distancing. I hope you're safe. I hope your family's safe. I know personally, I've lost a ton of motivation to get out and shoot with my GH5 with everything unfolding around us, and with my kids being out of school. Everyday life just looks so much different. My wife's job is crazy right now. Anxiety is high and people are just stressed out. Most of my client projects have been pushed to the summer or even the fall or just totally canceled altogether. And one thing I've been reminded of, and I want to encourage you in, is that it's okay to be afraid. Just don't let fear rule you. Everything on social media right now can be paralyzing, occupying the creative space in our brain. So here's my attempt to break out of this, and I want to invite you along on the journey with some of these video ideas that we can do during this time, or really anytime. Now, as we go through these video ideas, if you're interested in how I set up my GH5 for video, make sure you check out my GH5 cinematic settings video that's right up here. All right, the first GH5 video idea that I have to help pass the time is to participate in some YouTube filmmaking challenges. These are great ways to stretch your creativity and think outside the box, unless the challenge is to film in a box. My YouTube buddy Anson and Co has an awesome filmmaking challenge going on right now that I'll link down in the description. It's a social distancing single space challenge. Take it from me, is very challenging. You have to put a story together using just a single space in your home. Here's a couple of the YouTube filmmaking challenge videos that I made.
Once again, we have seen another surge in U.S. cases now. There are more than 44,000 with 550 deaths, with yesterday 40% in the United States. Also breaking overnight, a deal appears to be close to two virus changes. Just a horrible feeling.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
I have a vintage lens challenge going on right now that I'm gonna be doing a reaction video to soon. If you wanna check that out, that's right up here. Now, the great thing about these challenges is that you can do them anytime and you can choose whether you wanna share it or not. I highly encourage you to share them because there's something about putting ourselves out there and open to criticism that helps us grow. The main thing with these challenges is just some motivation and some push to create and learn. Another video idea I have to help pass the time is just to document document and document some more. Think of it as a video journal or a vlog of some of the things you're personally experiencing during this time. Answer some questions like, how has this event changed my everyday life? What am I most afraid of? Or I'm not afraid, and why? What was it like to have to venture out to the grocery store? What's the silver lining during this time? How does it affect you not being around other people in a social setting? Now, there's a bunch of different ways you could do this, but the fact that you're having your own journey documented could be very therapeutic and could really help process a lot of what's going on during this time. These videos you definitely don't have to share, but at the same time, if you do share them, it really could help somebody else along in their own journey. Let me know down in the comments section some simple video ideas that you have. I think the more ideas we have, the more inspiration there is. This next video idea kind of goes along with documenting your own journey, but it's capturing other people's experiences during this time. If you're with family right now, get their perspective. Kids can be very honest and open during times like this, and their lives are totally turned upside down too. Your spouse probably has a lot of thoughts and emotions during this time, so have them talk about those things on camera. As a family, you'll be able to look back on these things and just totally be amazed about what's going on. Now, don't ever force anybody to be on camera, but if they want to be on camera, that would be awesome. Now, where I'm at, social distancing doesn't mean that you have to be inside all the time. Like, you could go on nature walks. So this idea is just capturing a nature walk. It might not be a bad idea to get out of the house and just be in nature and be inspired. This is a great way to capture some B-roll and just capture some fresh air. It also might be a good time to document some of your thoughts. Like I said, sometimes nature can be that inspiration boost that we need. One thing I personally like to do is toss in my AirPods and fill my ear holes with some cinematic ambient music while I hike and shoot. The combination of cinematic music and nature is like gold for creativity. Another GH5 video idea I have to help pass the time is practice some B-roll segments like Peter Lindgren or Daniel Schiffer. I'll link a couple of their videos down below, but it's a very unique way of shooting B-roll using slow motion and speed ramping. Doing this type of thing takes a lot of practice, but it could be fun to do if you are isolated with a few other people. Just don't get frustrated if yours doesn't look anything like theirs. Just keep practicing. Another video idea I have is shoot specifically for Instagram stories. That means shooting and editing in the vertical format. Gross. And trying to tell that story in 15 seconds. That in itself is super challenging, but you can create some awesome content doing that. Jesse Driftwood kind of became known for shooting some high quality, high-end Instagram stories. This next GH5 video idea I have is something I talked about in my video about using your GH5 to make a difference, and that is simply making better home movies. You can find that video right up here. Capture moments together like cooking a meal, playing a game, or just running around the yard. This is a great way to practice B-roll and run and gun. Don't get caught up in the robotic thumb scrolling on our phone like so many of us do. Be proactive and turn your camera on and hit record, and as you start filming, you'll start to get the flow. Well, for right now, those are all the GH5 video ideas I have to help pass the time. Again, if you have any ideas, make sure you comment those below, because the more ideas, the more inspiration. If you have a little extra time, it'd be awesome if you stuck around and maybe checked out one of these videos that's popping up right here. Remember to be safe, wash your hands, and don't be in big groups. And don't forget to check out my hat store if you're interested in any hats. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.